Hello, legend. Matthew Miller here, and welcome to the first ever Dad Bod to Pro Bod Method podcast, where we're going to be interviewing an absolute legend, father, and now Dad Bod to Pro Bod legend, who's actually lost over 22 kilograms and reduced his blood pressure by more than 30 points using the simple step-by-step Dad Bod to Pro Bod method. And after making the decision with his family to move from Melbourne, a colder climate, to Cairns, which is a tropical climate here in far north Queensland, he began seeing some issues with his physical and then eventually mental health. The change in location and job meant that Joel was moving less and enjoying life a lot more due to his new environment, and it caused him not only a lot of positives in his life for himself and his family, but it came at a cost, forming some negative habits that weren't 100% aligned with him staying physically and mentally fit. There was more drinking, more eating, and the job that Joel was now doing was a less active job. And saw Joel put on 25 kilos in the first couple of years of Joel moving to Cairns here, causing him to feel lethargic, low on energy, but it also had a drastically negative effect on Joel's blood pressure and other health markers. Joel's blood pressure skyrocketed to around 178 over 107 at his worst, meaning that he had to actually start taking medication to manage and control his blood pressure. This caused other health issues for Joel as well. He had a lot of lower back pain, and that was causing him some days to be so crippled that he couldn't even get out of the chair, basically making him feel old, slow, and not happy in himself, not happy in his health, and he just physically and mentally was not there anymore. And he felt like maybe this is just a part of getting old. But I put it to him that, Joel, mate, at the age of 35, even 40 and 50, even into your 60s, there's no reason to feel like that if you have the right systems and processes in place that you can find simple, step-by-step, and sustainable that work for you and your goals. Since Joel joined the Dad Bod to Pro Bod method, he has now lost over 22 kilograms, which is 48.4 pounds. And in his first 16 weeks, he actually lost 16 kilograms and lowered his blood pressure to a normal and manageable level. At the 12-week mark, when this interview was filmed, his blood pressure went from 178 over 107 to the 130s over 78, and he's continuing to lower each week. Joel's wife shares her thoughts on his progress, and he's happy to see his mental state improve drastically and that he is back to his happy and normal self again. Joel feels he now has a simple, step-by-step sustainable process to maintain a healthy blood pressure and remain physically and mentally fit, not just for himself, but for his family. So without further ado, let's get into it, and let's get into that conversation with Joel. And I'm looking forward to hearing his story. Cheers. What was the day or the moment that you realized, what am I doing?
We're out fishing on the wharf, and the mate bloody sent me a message afterwards because he seen a photo of me. He asked actually if I was wearing a life jacket on the wharf. And he was being serious too. He's like, "Are you wearing a life jacket on that?" I was like, No, I'm not. Yeah. So just seeing that
under your clothing, he thought you were wearing.
Yeah, he legit thought I had a life jacket on. Like he thought I was just being safe. Yeah, and I was like, no. No. Yeah. And
you're like, holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone too far.
How long do you reckon you'd been in that position for?
Well, since moving to Cairns, so that was 6 years ago. It was 25 kilos that I put on. Yeah, just gradually just kept on coming on. Just got lazy and just didn't want to do anything. Just got just super lazy. Loved the beer, loved the food, and loved the lifestyle. So just did that. Then just come up here, changed job, changed career, lifestyle. We had kids. We got a 5-year-old and 3-year-old, and it just all slowed down. Metabolism went down, exercise went down, not lifting, not moving, too hot to do anything, always had excuses. Just got real sluggish, just drained. I just got to that stage where it was just like, yeah, enough's enough.
There was one big one that I always talk about to you. What was that?
Yep, the blood pressure.
The blood pressure. Where was that at before you started? Has it always been an issue for you in your life, or is it recent?
No, it's only since the weight's been coming on. It's and probably the more stresses involved. So yeah, like having kids and like having a different career, and then it's also the working climate. It's a bit hotter, so you just don't want to do anything. And yeah, honestly, the fat just builds on and slow. You're not moving, nothing's pumping. Yeah, the arteries get clogged up, and start feeling sorry for yourself. But I went and applied for a new job, just like an intern job at one of the mines up in Weipa, and I had to do a health test or a fitness test for them. Yeah, she had to do the blood pressure and stuff like that, and she was like, yeah, you're too high. I think it was 178 over 106 or 7. She wanted it below at least 100, and yeah, I sat there for about, 40 minutes trying to just get to the 100, but then I was allowed to be fit to go to work, and I couldn't. So I had to go to the doctors, and then he prescribed me blood pressure tablets, and I had to get a 24-hour monitor thing on it. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like just didn't think like that could ever happen. So that was be 2 years ago in November. So it's 18 months. But the other thing is, she got me to do a fitness test. It was to squat down with a box. I think it might have been 20 kilos or something like that. And I actually put my back out, and I almost just screamed. I held it in because I didn't want to tell her that I just hurt my back. I couldn't roll out of bed for about a week, maybe even 2 weeks. Like I was done. So I went to like the physio, and there was a time there where I couldn't even get out of the seat. I went there, I waited, and they were like, okay, time to see you, and I couldn't stand up. Yeah, my back was just, it just went into shock. I said, my back's just sore, must be just getting old. And he's just like, nah, he just went straight to it. It's like, nah, like you're overweight. Like, yeah, you're too big. You need to get moving again. I said, yeah, you're right. I haven't moved and done stuff in such a long time. And I just thought it was part of just getting old. Yeah, okay, I was carrying a bit, but like,
you're not even old. 35 isn't old.
I do, but this is what I just assumed, like, because I don't know any of this. I just went through life and just went through all my teenage years, just eating, doing whatever I wanted, like, did fit, and then, moved up Cairns and just went bang.
You just got to get to the point where there's enough pain and get fed up with it. Yep. Enough people say something, or enough health readings come back, showing you the writing on the wall, so to speak.
That's right,
right. That's it. I'm doing something about it.
Yeah.
And when you did decide that, what happened? Was it a conversation with your wife? What was it? Or did you just do it without?
I literally just said to Jen, partner, I was like, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. That was it. Yeah. I'm just going to the gym, not knowing what to do, how to do it, or the right way to go about it. I just didn't know.
You didn't know what you needed? You just knew you needed to do something, yeah.
No, I just had to go do something. Because I was going through a depressed state. Like, I knew that I was. And, I'd never ask for help. I'm not the one to ask for help. So I was feeling low. But, yeah, where we are today, it's just, I'm a whole different person. Yeah, physically and health, man, I'm so different.
106 kilos when you started?
Yep.
What are you
106? Today? 95.8. So
95.8.
It's 10 kilos.
10 kilos in 12 weeks. 22.44 pounds in 12 weeks. Divide that by 12. 1.87 pounds a week. 850 grams a week on average you've lost, mate. How good's that? So 106 on the 5th of May. This is your journey, data journey, right? One of the Pro Bod principles is track your data. It's number 2, isn't it?
Yep.
It's just sleep, nutrition, within that calories, protein, carbs, and fats, and understanding those processes that you require. 2 is tracking data, because if we don't track the data, we don't know where you were, which is where you started from, which is here, where we're going, what's happened in that time, and where to make changes and adjustments to make sure we break through any plateaus and that you can get to your ultimate goal, which for you is 90 kilos. You're not far off. At the rate of going 850 grams a week, so basically 5 weeks and you'll be at 90. on track here to possibly get to the 90 kilo within the 16-week mark. It ends up being 16 kilos in 16 weeks from 106 to 90. Phenomenal change. Like that is extremely fast weight loss. Even at that, like 850 grams a week, which is, what was it, 1.87 pounds per week for the people in US. That's above what I recommend. Between 400 grams and 700 grams a week.
Yeah, that's it.
Is good quality, consistent fat loss, because at that point, guess what? It's sustainable for one. What comes fast goes fast. It's more sustainable. You're able to eat higher amounts of calories. You don't feel as hungry. It's easy for you to stick to the nutrition.
Yeah.
You've got more room to move. On top of that, we've got room to move in regards to how much coming in, so we can make adjustments if we need to, if we hit a plateau. And 4, we can do it for longer periods of time. Over long periods of time, we're going to be able to sustain larger amounts of muscle mass, if not build muscle mass during the fat loss process. Because there's one thing between body composition change, Joel, and just losing weight on scale. What we want to do is find that sweet spot, create a sustainable approach to it so that it's easy for you to do, and the end result is a better looking physique.
Yeah. No, you did right too. And just going on that, like, it just feels so much stronger. But I feel strong. Yeah, even getting up into a ceiling space from a ladder, or like lifting a ladder off the roof, or off the car, or off the truck, and just more flexible. Yeah. It's been a crazy ride.
Okay, so you hurt your back lifting a 20 kilo box for that test?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you'd smash that test nowadays?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Movement and flexible things and muscle growth that I've got now, like I've got no issue or even worries about picking that up. Like, I just don't. You just
deadlifted 100 kilos yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
So we went down, we lost good consistent weight, and then we got these peaks here, another trough, peak, trough, peak, trough. So as you can see, weight loss and fat loss and a body composition change, it's not a straight line, is it? It's not linear. There's not a straight line up or a straight line down, is it? What happens on a day-to-day basis? Sometimes the weight's up, sometimes it's down, isn't it?
100%.
What did you think would happen with it?
Honestly, I didn't even think I was going to lose this much weight, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know that your weight fluctuates so much in a week. I trusted you. I honestly just liked you as a person. I knew that you were focused and well directed, and you knew what you were doing. Like you've been there, you've done it. You've achieved a lot. Yeah, you're motivating. Like you are. Yeah, I just wanted to do you proud. Honestly, I didn't want to disappoint you. Like there's been days, and I'm just like, I can't disappoint Matt, and I think that's why I didn't think too much about it.
You just followed the process. So you trusted me and just said, whatever Matt puts in front of me, I'm just going to trust. And then it worked out, didn't it?
Well, man, like the first week, I've never eaten so much food in my life, and I know that's hard to comprehend because I was a big person. Well, I wasn't big, but like I was overweight for what I wanted. But I was eating so much food, and I couldn't believe that this was the right approach. But as time went on, it was like, yep, you're eating, but you're eating the right foods for the right reasons. Yeah. I trusted you.
So 5th to the 13th, you went from 106 to 103.5, 2.5 kilos in the first week.
Yeah.
Eating more food than you've ever eaten.
Yeah. I just couldn't comprehend it. I honestly couldn't. Like, I'd just be like, I'm eating cereal at 9 o'clock at night.
I think the problem with most people out there, most programs, for people like yourself who need to lose 10, 15, 20, 30 kilos, have high blood pressure issues, just can't find some sustainable approach to then gain the knowledge of understanding how to do it and manage it on their own. Because that's the big goal here, is right. I want to teach you, I want to get you to help you get the result and hold your hand, I guess, along the way. But eventually I want to be like, all right, you got your training wheels, keep riding, cool. Then you take your training wheels off. I just watch you from afar, making sure you're good. But eventually I want you to ride off into the sunset on your own with a backpack full of tools and knowledge that you know and understand and know when to install them into your day-to-day to make sure you keep progressing. Like, would you say that with the Dad Bod, the Pro Bod method, or for helping with people with high blood pressure and whatnot, would you say it's sustainable? Do you reckon you could do this for the rest of your life?
Yeah, no, I could. And then that's no joke. Like, you should have been taught this at school. You should have been given the information right then, and you just follow that for the rest of your life. Like, I just wish I had learnt this earlier.
Is it easy to learn?
It is. Yep. No, it is. And I'm trying to teach my family members. And you can eat food, but just eat the right amount of different foods.
Really the right amounts, isn't it? Because like if you think about the food you eat on a day-to-day basis, let's talk the 80%. What's the 80% of your food? It's probably good quality food, but do you still enjoy like a few things off the menu sometimes?
Yeah. Like the other day I had some hot chips, but I didn't have regret for it. I just it's like, oh well, yeah, I'll have some chips. So that was fish and chips that we had with the family, and bloody loved it. But it all fitted into my day, and it's not that hard. It honestly isn't.
Yeah, here's the 3rd of August, breakfast, free-range eggs, bacon, tomato sauce, coffee, full cream milk, extra lean tasty cheese, onion, some protein powder, sourdough. So what was that? That was bacon and egg sandwich with a protein shake. Then you got light coconut milk, carrot, broccoli, heart and soul, no nasty curry, satay goat. So yeah, chicken satay with rice. We had steak, sweet potato chips, pub style, the McCain ones in the oven, so packeted chips. Mushrooms, and you got gravy on that too. How good's that? It's like that's like going down to the pub and getting a steak and chips with that with gravy. And then you got some protein powder, some oats and stuff for the protein shake that you have during your workout. That's pretty flamboyant there just itself in comparison to just eating boiled chicken and broccoli. And that's the thing, right? People don't understand the principles of what they can do, and then they don't put the time and effort into planning.
Nah.
Perfect little principles, the 5 Pro Bod success principles that I've come up with. Once you understand it, you can work it whichever way you want, as long as you stay within your budget. How have you found it for him?
Yeah, good. Like his mental health has been a massive improvement. That's the biggest thing I've noticed. And obviously,
awesome.
He's a lot happier. So yeah.
Well, that's a big part of the goal, right? Like a bigger win than just the weight loss and the blood pressure coming down is, you're happy in your family life and your personal life. You're a better dad. Are you a better husband? Are you doing better at work? So like, would you say he is?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I can tell. I think after like a couple of weeks, I noticed his mood and stuff was just leveling out, and he used to be a pretty moody sort of person.
Really? He like being hot-blooded, chuckly, kind of jolly.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he definitely is. But he also has like a short fuse where he'll just crack it. And since doing this, he's definitely like leveled out now. So yeah, it's been really good. And obviously, the benefits for his health as well. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, I'm happy, and happy that you're happy. Happy life, Joel.
Keep telling him that.
Yeah. You know the 80-20 rule I talk about? 80% of your food, good quality food. 20%, you can kind of just take 20% of your total daily and weekly calorie budget, including your protein, carbs and fats, and budget it towards whatever you want, really, as long as it fits within your budget. So if you think about these calories and these numbers here that Joel's looking at on his screen, that's Joel's budget for the day, right? So I've budgeted you for that day. If you think about it as money, let's just say for that day you had $2,327 to spend, and you've got to choose of that $2,327, not including protein, carbs and fats. You've got to choose where to spend those. You can spend them wisely or you can spend them frivolously. But my recommendation, and one of the things that we teach, is 80%. Spend 80% of your budget on good quality wholesome foods, and lean meats, sweet potatoes, rice, veg, fruit, water, all that sort of stuff. And then if you're eating 2,200 and you take 20% of that gives you 440 calories to spend on an ice cream or a bit of chocolate. I'd rather you do that and be able to repeat the process day after day, day after day, day after day for 12 weeks, your whole life, and not feel restricted, because what's going to get you a better result is doing it consistently for a long period of time, not doing it perfectly for a short period of time. We're not trying to be perfect here. We're trying to make progressions every single week. Just 1% progressions, improvements. Take our system and we help you optimize it to suit you and your lifestyle as a father of 2, I believe, husband, run your own company, fisherman, go-karter, race driver. You race go-karts as your hobby. All these things that you do, it's got to suit you and your lifestyle. If it restricts you in any way, what it is we take this blueprint, install it into your lifestyle, and then help you and teach you how to optimize, teach you how to drive, I guess, the vehicle, which is the system, and then optimize and upgrade that vehicle to suit you specifically. So it's tailored to what you want. It doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like it is when you wake up and you brush your teeth. It just happens naturally.
It's a learning thing. Like the whole thing is just, you teaching us how to do it. And once, you just learn it and you follow the process. And if you're going to do it, just commit. Don't look back.
Don't look back. Awesome. And a big part of Joel's progress is, teaching these processes where he started out here, how to follow his nutrition correctly, obviously setting him up with the right blueprint for his nutrition and getting him consistent with that, and him committing to being consistent. As you can see, he was consistent the whole way through with his nutrition, helped him lose that weight that you saw. But a big one for Joel's overall health and longevity. At only 35, he had extremely high blood pressure of 178 over 106. You had to go on medication to manage it. You came to me, you're like, I don't want to be on medication anymore. I'm like, stuff that. When we first started, you're 175 over 101. Okay, so that is pre-extreme hypertension. What we considered normal and healthy is 120 over 80 or less, depending on the person. Okay, so that's my goal to get anyone, is to 120 over 80 or less. We've got some work to do still, but it's a massive improvement from where you were, because once you get to that 180 over 110, it's pretty much, you've got to go to hospital and get medicated and fix it. Otherwise, you're like toiling on the edge of being at high risk of heart attack and stroke, heart disease, diabetes, all these sorts of things, even at such a young age of 35. Since you started, we've been able to reduce your systolic pressure, which is the high end, from 175 down to 145. So that was in May, June. Just in a month, we're able to reduce it by 30 points. So we took you from almost hospital sort of level, if it was 180, to low, the stage 1 hypertension in just 4 weeks. How good's that? That's a quick turnaround. In 12 weeks, 175 over 101 to 139 over 79. So if the diastolic pressure, this is the most important one. They're both bad, but this one's the dangerous one as well. The lower end one, diastolic pressure, is super high. Anything above 100 is super dangerous. 101 you were when you started, and we've been able to reduce in the first month. We got that down 16 points, which is great. All right, we got down to within range of healthy. Okay, just in 4 weeks. How big? That's a massive improvement. Like literally turned your health around in 4 weeks, and then from there we've been working on staying consistent, and slowly coming down every week to 2. It's come down a point or 2. And then as of 27th of July, so it's a week ago, you're 79. So your diastolic pressure is now considered in healthy range or just below, because the goal is to be 120 over 80, right? So we still got a little bit of work to do to get this down to 120 and that keep that at 80 or below. But, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I think this will be down about the 125, maybe even 120. And this will be down around the mid 70s, I reckon. And then you're going to sustain it. Are you taking blood pressure medication anymore?
No. It's definitely not. No. There's no need.
How good's that? No need. So do you feel like what we've taught you is going to teach you how to long-term sustain, get this result, but then also sustain this blood pressure for the rest of your life?
No, for sure. Yep. Yeah, knowing what to do is it. That's key.
When you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror now and you think about what you've achieved and what you can do and possibly what's for the future, what is the number one thing that you love the most about the Pro Bod program?
It's easy. It is. I'm not joking you. It's easy. Personally, I found it easy. I didn't think it was, no joke. I didn't think it was like some Weight Watch plan where you've got to eat this bloody carton of food or do this or do that. It wasn't a gimmick. It dead set was just it was easily black and white. It was easy.
You're going to be doing it in 2 years' time?
What I'm doing now?
Yeah.
I've got this for life. don't overthink it. Just do it. Man, I can literally tell if I'm going to lose weight or gain weight this week, then you're like, I bet you if I eat that, I'll go up another 500 grams or a kilo. And it starts getting addictive. Like, you're just like, I wonder what this is going to do. Like, you start experimenting.
And that's where I'm at. I've been at that point for ages, like where it's your body becomes an experiment. And you're like, okay, if I eat this last night, you wake up the next morning and you look in the mirror like, oh, that did something to how I look today. I'm like, or you can tell you're holding more water retention. And then you might eat in a different way the next day, and like all of a sudden you can see your abs more. And you're like, oh. So if I eat like that, and then you can start to experiment. Like, okay, I did this yesterday or the last 3 days, and this is what the result is. So you can you learn your body and how it's going to react.
Yeah, you learn your bodies.
You learn your body, and once you learn your body, you master it, right? You master the pillar of health.
The other biggest thing is my stools. Oh, dude, I'm snapping them, eh? Like, they're just dude, they were like a mucky mess one day, and but yeah, just changing your food diet, they are just nice and just, man, it's a breath of fresh air, right?
How good's that? And that's just, what's that? Yeah, it's funny to say that, but that's another sign. It's another sign of your internal health, your digestive. Yeah,
dude. It's true. It's dead set true. Like,
it's going to last longer. It's going to reward you for longer. You're going to be 60, 70 years old, still being able to play sports, go hiking, play with your kids, play with your kids. You don't want to be that old person that can't get up off the couch. On 10 different medications for blood pressure, diabetes, heart issues, all these sorts of things, all because of 50 years of neglect.
That's all it is. It's neglect and the unknown. Once you know what to put in, you'll get it back out.
Thanks for coming on, man, and sharing your journey. Really appreciate it, and appreciate your efforts that you put in day to day, week to week. I look forward to seeing that number 90, man.
Yeah, it just should be a few weeks away, and it'd be nice to get the pressure down, but
that'll come. It's over time, consistency over time.
We're good. No, but I appreciate your help, Matt, and what you do is good. It's for the good.
Awesome, bro. Have a great weekend.